$2,500 just came out of our emergency fund. Now we knew this expense was coming, but we expected it to be about half of what it ended up being. And after paying it, our emergency fund dropped down to $7,700. And even after a $5,000 windfall coming at the end of the month, it could still take almost 3 years to reach our emergency fund goal. So was paying the $2,500 right now the right decision? The expense was for our 2017 Honda Pilot. We already knew that the timing belt was going to need to be replaced soon. After doing some research, which means just Googling and using ChatGPT, I estimated the cost was going to be about $1,000 to $1,500 total. But after the mechanic called me and told me exactly what the issue was, what needed to be replaced and everything, the true cost was $2,500. Now, if you would have saw me at the time of when he explained that to me, I'm sure my eyeballs were about to pop out of my head, because that's almost $1,000 more of what I was expecting. I don't know much about cars, but if you do, let me know down in the comments if this is a reasonable price or if I overpaid. Now, when the mechanic asked if we want to get this work done, there were a few questions that ran through my head within like a split second. What could happen if we didn't get this done right now? Is it really worth putting $2,500 into the Pilot? And can we pay for this without taking out more debt? So the first question: what would happen if we didn't get this done right now? What would be the consequences? And from everything I read and what the mechanic told me is basically, if you don't repair these parts on time, it potentially could hurt the engine and end up being a lot more expensive than just this repair. So basically it came down to spending $2,500 right now or potentially more in the future if we don't get this fixed. Now the second question: was the Pilot even worth putting $2,500 into? So we bought the car in May. We owe about $7,100 left. We've only made 2 monthly payments, and there's 96,000 miles on the car. Honda recommends getting the timing belt specifically on the Pilot every 100,000 miles or like every 7 years or so. It's right at that mark of when it needs to get replaced. And to answer the question, we bought this car to maintain it for a long time. We want this car to last. The mechanic gave me a little bit of comfort when he told us that everything else looks really good. The car is in really good condition outside of just needing this one repair. So this made it feel a little bit more like we're not just throwing money into a bad car, we're actually putting money into a car that's gonna last a long time for us and get us a lot of use out of it. So it's better spending the money now than having to worry about and stress about something even worse happening further down the road. And now the final question: could we pay for this without going into debt? Obviously we could, but it meant draining our emergency fund even more. And the one thing it confirmed is our system is working. We were able to pay for it without taking on debt. So we know for a fact our emergency fund, our financial system that we've created, our foundation, it's working. Now, as a consequence, our emergency fund dropped down to about $7,700. Our final goal is about $27,000. That's about 6 months worth of basic expenses for our family. Now, one piece of good news is that at the end of the month, I'm selling everything that's in my brokerage account. Basically, that's where all of the stock from my company has been that I've acquired through the employee stock purchase plan sits. So I'm going to sell everything there and just push everything directly into our emergency fund. So that'll be an extra about $5,000 plus or minus a few $100 depending on how the market does. So once that gets transferred into our savings account, our total balance for our emergency fund will be around $13,000. And again, our goal is 27. So basically we need just a little over double what we would have at the end of the month. And right now, the only money that we have going towards our emergency fund on a monthly basis is the money that's automatically pulled out of my check that goes to the employee stock purchase plan, because I'm using that specifically for our emergency fund savings. Now, I just did the math. If we were to not do anything else, no other transfers or anything each month, that would take us about 2.5 years to 3 years of reaching our $27,000 goal. And honestly, I mean, it's deflating, a little frustrating on how long it'll take. So that's if we do nothing, but we're going to try to find ways to increase our savings each month, really try to stick to our budget so that we can have margin at the end of each month. And if we can do that every single month, that 2.5 to 3 years gets cut down to probably under 2 years. So we're going to keep contributing, see how much money we can save, see how well we can stick to the budget. Any updates or any windfalls or anything that we have, we're going to make sure to share each month. Now, as I just talked about, it was a little frustrating when I ran the numbers and figured out exactly how long it was going to take us to reach our goal. But honestly, it took me back to my college baseball days. So I played college baseball back in 2016. We were at practice. I don't know if we were getting chewed out or something, but basically our coach was giving us a speech and told us in life, there's going to be a lot of ups. There's going to be a lot of downs, just like in baseball. And it's going to be the people that are able to stay emotionally and mentally even through everything. So you're not going up on the highest highs, going down for the lowest of lows. The people that can stay right in the middle and sustain there are the people that are usually going to be successful. So the repair obviously is one of those low points, but it doesn't erase our progress that we've made. It doesn't erase everything that we've done up to this point. It's just another challenge, another obstacle that we got to overcome. And there's going to be a lot more down the road. These are never going to stop. So it's another just bump in the road. So now at this point, we've kind of gone over everything. Now I want to think about, did it move us closer to our goals or further away? And I guess it depends on the perspective, right? So in the short term, obviously it moved us further away. We're down $2,500. But in the long term, our investments, our retirement, none of that was affected. Kind of like to think of it as like, we lost the battle, but we won the war because we're still moving forward towards our goal. So will we make this decision again? Absolutely. Wasn't really a fan of how much it cost, but at the end of the day, we now have a vehicle that's in good condition. There's no issues. It's running great. So now the next challenge begins, trying to build up that emergency fund to our goal. So if you want to follow the journey, make sure to subscribe. You're going to get real numbers, real decisions, real updates from our family and our journey reaching $10 million by retirement. So if you made it this far in the video, thank you. I appreciate you, and we'll see you in the next video.